Next time you feel like saying, oh, I don't have money for that, stop, okay? Say, I choose not to spend money on that. That makes you sound like you are in control of your money. Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is the third time I'm recording this and I hope it's going to work. Okay. Today's topic is how to do more with the money we already have. As I search on YouTube, I see all those videos about people wanting to have more money, people wanting to retire sooner, spend more money on things. And here I'm going to give you 3 tips to free ourselves from the money trap. Free ourselves from the money trap. Let me give you an intro. I used to work for a multinational and I had a brand new car, etc. and all the money I wanted. And then I chose to stay at home with my kids. And when I stayed home with my kids, I definitely did not have the money I used to have. So I needed to change my mindset. And that's number 1, change your mindset. You need to change your mindset. Money, what does that even mean? What is important to you in life? That you have 1 million in your account, or that you have a castle to live in, that you have a brand new car, or maybe your child wants a new toy every week. And to get that, you need money, right? Money is a tool to get things. But what if I would tell you that you could get all this if you wanted without money? Look, the thing is, we all want to have things, we want to own things, and for that we need money. But if we change our mindset to, instead of owning things, we change to using things for a much lower price, we will probably feel satisfied for the same things. So, do we really want to own everything we want? Look, I know for myself that I don't want to own things. I get bored with things like in a year and then I want to change. I believe that Allah has created everything in this world for everyone. And what really happens is that for some period of time, one person gets responsible for that one thing. He becomes the caretaker, what I call it. Well, because imagine if that person owns a house, he needs to take care of it, it breaks down, it needs reparation, etc. So he's the caretaker, and when he needs help to take care of things, that's what I believe, that where I play a role, or my kids, and we could help him or her in exchange of something else, something that we want, not necessarily money. For example, if my neighbor's son has a toy that my son wants to buy, I will not buy it for him, but I will tell him that he can use it under certain conditions, and that could be that our neighbor's son is alone, he doesn't have any brother and sisters to play with, so he can offer him to play with him, and they both will have a win-win situation. Or we could help him in exchange of something else that he wants. This is a simple example, but it's also applicable for adults. For example, do you have a drill at home, a drilling machine at home? You know, a drilling machine where you drill the holes with it. Yeah, that one. We don't have it. Do you have it? Let me know in the comments, because we don't have it. And actually, we are quite minimalistic when we want to drill a hole. What I will do is I will try to ask it to someone else in return of something else. So the last time we wanted it, we asked our neighbor and he said no. He said no, you cannot have it, I will not give it. And that's okay, it is his right. He probably thinks that he owns the drilling machine and he doesn't want to give it to someone else because it is really precious for him. And that's perfectly understandable. Like I am caretaker of my kids, but I will not give my kids to someone else, you see? So I understand him. So imagine if you don't find anyone who wants to borrow his drilling machine. It can happen. But then there are websites where you can rent those machines. Not from shops or companies, but from neighbors. In Belgium it is called peerbuy.be. It's actually a website where all neighbors can put all their stuff for renting to other neighbors for a certain price for a certain period of time. Let's say I want to rent a drilling machine. It will cost me like €2 for one day. Problem solved. And remember, we haven't bought anything yet. So if you can change your mindset, then you can do a lot more in life with the money you already have. Now let me give you another example, because I know you are not convinced. It was my dream to buy a farmhouse where there would be animals and vegetables and fruits, etc. You know, but the reality is we live in an apartment with kids. So we tried to find a farmer, and we found one with whom we have a kind of more or less a verbal contract where we can go and we can harvest local vegetables and fruits. And last time we went there, we digged out potatoes. Yeah. The farmer also has cows, etc. Anyways, the point is, we enjoy there. I enjoy there, my kids enjoy there. They see how vegetables grow, how animals live, and we are not owner of that farmhouse, and that means also that we are not the caretaker of that. So this is a mutual understanding that we have with him, where money does play a role. We pay him a little bit, but the relationship is built on trust. Convinced now? No, I see it. Okay, let me give you another example. You want to go to an attraction park with your family. Yay! What would you do normally? You would go online, check the tickets and buy them, right? Well, we are with 5 persons at home, and let's say we add some 5 other persons to go with us. That makes 10 persons. Imagine €30 the ticket, it's €300, and you add some petrol, food and souvenirs to it. It's really fast, quite a big part of your paycheck already, right? Look, if I want to buy tickets for an attraction park, chances are that someone else bought the tickets for me. Well, not for me, for themselves, but now they cannot go. So instead of throwing away the tickets, I will offer them to sell them to me for a much lower price. They will be happy to do, because that means that they will save money too. And now it's up to you to find that person. And in this digital world, it's quite easy, you know, through social media. It's a piece of cake. I have done it many times. It works every time. Maybe you should try it also and let me know if it worked for you. Well, if you are able to do this part, to do this mind shift, it will be amazing. To help you get this mindset, you can read the following books in this order. The first book you need to read is The Rich Dad Poor Dad from Robert Kiyosaki. It's a very good book to make you realize how capitalism works. And you don't necessarily have to agree to everything that is said in that book, but you have to know what kind of mindset is explained in that book. And the second book you need to read is the bestseller, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Like, look, if you don't want to spend money, you need some other skills to convince people to get what you want. And in that book, it describes how you can make true friends. And if you are shy and you cannot properly talk to people because, for example, asking to your neighbor for that drilling machine is just too difficult for you, then you definitely need to read that book, or at least listen to it. So the third book is optional, and that is In Business as in Life, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. And if you don't want to read the whole book, it's, by the way, this book, and if you don't want to read the whole book, there is only one chapter that you have to read, which is chapter 3, and I will take it. And it says, the super winners in business are always win-win negotiators. What it says is that when you want something in life, you have to look for win-win situations for everyone. So I will read one sentence out of this chapter, and that basically says, The basic principle of win-win negotiating is that there is always a bigger and a better deal for both parties if they are willing to search for it. Always, always. And believe me, when it says always, it really means always. So the 3 books will help you first to understand what money really is, second to solve your problems without the money, and third to always find a win-win situation for everyone. Okay, that was the first point. It was a very long point. Second point is to free yourself from expectations from others. I think the best way to understand this is that imagine if you could leave your place and go live in South Asia or Africa. You could take everything with you except for money, then you would understand. But we cannot all do that. So let me try to explain this in words. What is it that you want in life? Is it a big car, a big house, a boat, a private jet, branded clothes, designer furnitures, everything, expensive watches, everything of it? What is it? Let me know in the comments below. Now let me ask you, why do you want it? Imagine you lived in a place like Africa, where no one knows you, really no one knows you. Will you still buy all the things you are buying now? And what are the things that you would buy then? Not for your reputation, you see. We all believe that we have a reputation, and according to that we also have an ego that we nurture, but that is not always necessarily needed. Many years ago I freed myself from the influence of people judging me, and now I kind of will live as I want, and I will spend money on the thing I want. For example, we have a car now that is like 20 years old, but it has a good engine. Okay, it's an old Mercedes B-Class. It is spacious and we can all travel in it comfortably because my kids tend to take the bicycles with them everywhere and they fit in it. So we are quite happy with it. But if I really wanted to buy a brand new car, that would be something like this. Okay, everyone has the right to dream, including me, okay? So, the third point and the last point is to prioritize your spendings and to live below your means. This means literally to think then what is it that you spend on and that you keep fulfilled. I have 50 euros to spend and I have 2 options. And the first option will be to eat out, and that will be instant gratification. It will keep us happy for like till we are hungry again, and that's not long. But imagine if I would spend the same 50 euros on petrol and I would take my kids every day for a week to a nearby play area, they will be much more fulfilled for the same amount of money. So keeping that in mind, you can make a list of all the things that you find important. You can make the list as long as you want, and for the coming 5 to 6 months, choose 5 points out of that list that you find really important. Forget the rest. Forget the rest. Then when the first 6 months are over, you can check your list again and choose other 5 points that you want to focus on. And with time, you will automatically realize that what is important to you, and you will not look back to other things. So, and yeah, next time you feel like saying, oh, I don't have money for that, stop, okay? Say, I choose not to spend money on that. That makes you sound like you are in control of your money. And when you can do those 3 steps, you will free yourself from all that local social pressure that you feel, and you will be able to save much more money that you can invest or buy assets or start your own business. And the truth is that if you want to achieve more, you will eventually need more money. But if you are not satisfied with the money you have now, no matter how much money you have, you will never be satisfied. But if you learn to be satisfied now with the money you have and to solve your problems without money, you will always be satisfied. Remember to be grateful to Allah for what we have. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you don't forget to subscribe. Assalamu alaikum for now. लाइन दे मुझे। हाँ ये क्या बनाना है?
स्कूल जाते थे वहाँ पे एक बच्चे का बनाना
बनाना करता था। अच्छा।